If you think that marketing is just posting something on your story and then leaving, this is for you. I'm gonna break down the biggest mistakes I've seen artists make when trying to promote their music and what you can actually do to start seeing traction within your music catalog. I'm willarmani. I'm an independent artist working right now, trying to grind and get to the top, and I just want to help others. No, I do not get thousands of streams. Yes, you are seeing me right now as I'm growing, but I think that's the perfect reason as to why I'm able to help, because I'm seeing now how I'm growing my fan base, how I'm getting streams, and how I'm getting my own traction in real time. First mistake I see artists make is promoting before branding. They'll throw up a TikTok, you'll throw up a reel, and you'll just keep throwing up content, but you don't even know who you really are. Branding is a very important thing. You got to think about it, right? If McDonald's, we didn't know as McDonald's, we just knew as just food, it's like you're not going to be as attracted to it. But McDonald's with the big arches and the red color and the yellow, and as soon as you see it, you know, and you might have nostalgia tied to it. You might have something tied to it. It's the same thing when we see artists like Drake. We have nostalgia or this feeling tied towards it. If you don't have an identity, you're not gonna have a connection. If you're just throwing up reels and you're throwing up content and you don't have any way to tie yourself to the music or kind of connect an audience to you, then very quickly people are gonna just move on. And that's why a lot of artists who blow up really quickly and viral but don't have an identity to them, that's why they don't last. The second mistake I see people make is people thinking that marketing is just posting. Like when artists, and I cannot stand when I see this, and I know some of you have done this before, you release a song, you do all this work trying to create this song, and then you finally put the song out, and the only thing you do is that you post the SoundCloud link on your story, or you post on your story out now, and you post the link. First off, one thing that a lot of people don't know is when you post links on your Instagram story, your viewing percentage goes down by like 70%. Like, especially if you repost a post on your story, a lot of people repost their own posts on their stories. Don't do that. You're making your views go down by like 60 to 70% alone. Marketing isn't just putting up a story and hoping people care. It's not just posting a reel and hoping that people follow you. And when you post tons of content and you're getting upset and drained and wondering why people don't care, you have to think back to that branding situation. And if you don't know who you are and you're trying to figure yourself out, then other people are also going to do the same thing. But here's the thing, as much as you care about you, people don't care about you. You have to make people care about you. Marketing isn't just posting, it's telling stories, it's making content that has absolutely nothing to do with the music. And you have to come up with your own content strategy rather than just throwing up some vibes. It can't just be, oh, I'm just gonna post a reel, I'm gonna post a TikTok, I'm gonna post a trailer, and that's the promotion for this song. Like, nah, like you have to kind of come up with your own content strategy. And I've seen for myself, every time I make a song, every time I promote a song, sometimes I don't do the best with the content rollout, sometimes I do a good job, but from everything that you're doing, you got to take the data and then move that to the next song. That leads me to mistake number 3, and that's that people ignore that content isn't just about the music. You can't just make content just about the music. And a lot of artists will try to come at me and come at other people's throats and say like, oh, well, I'm an artist, I'm not trying to make content talk about myself, or I'm not trying to sit down and tell stories, I'm not trying to do this. Well, okay, then how do you expect anybody to relate to you or talk to you? I think a good example of an artist who does this is Ian right now. Now, if you know Ian, he's the white boy that a lot of people said sounded like Yeet, and I actually like a lot of Ian's music. But I think one thing that he does well is his marketing, because the music is great, the music is good, but one thing that he does is within his content, it's a lot of content that is just him showing himself as a regular person. It's him telling stories, it's him even just being stupid on camera. Doing things like that have absolutely nothing to do with the music is what gets a person to turn into a fan. Until you make content that's like that, again, it doesn't have to be exactly like it, but making content that isn't just about the music. For myself, I make a lot more deeper or emotionally connected music, so I make a lot of content where I'm sitting down like this on a camera and telling stories about my past, or BTS content of me recording a song or in the studio, making videos about how I like to work out and like to do other things that have nothing to do with the music. Because if you want this to work, if you want people to connect to your music, you need to get them to connect to you. At the end of the day, majority of people do not care about the music itself. They care about you as a person. Some people will really be down for your music, especially if you make them feel like you're not just this hollow creature who just releases songs and wants everybody to listen. Mistake number 4 is that a lot of artists don't look at their stats. A lot of artists don't look at what's working for them. And it makes no sense to me, because if you see something working, you don't just derail and switch off that. Of course, as an artist, you want to be creative, so you want to switch it up and you want to do things that aren't exactly the same as maybe your last release. Maybe you want this song to be different. You also don't want to completely steer in a different direction, and I've actually seen that with myself in recent time. Now, as of right now, I'm shooting this video, it's the end of June, but in January, I released a song called Subliminals, and that song did organically better than any song I've released in like the last 2 years. And it was because of the content rollout that I did, and it was because of the connection that I did. That song across all platforms combined has over 10,000 streams right now, and that's with me running ads, of course, and organic growth. And I'm saying this to say the song that I released after it did not do as well, but it also had a lot to do with the content rollout, and it had a lot to do with me not really kind of trying to sit down and say, okay, maybe I shouldn't just try to release another good song, because all the songs that I make I think are good. All the songs that you make, you might think are good, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be a good connective piece to your catalog, a connective piece to the last song that you dropped, because you want everything to kind of flow and connect in your catalog so that people feel like they're not just stepping into a bunch of different songs in a playlist, but they're stepping into your world. You have to ignore the viral moments and the vanity metrics, and you have to start locking in on what you see is working with the people who are connecting to you. Because it's one thing to have a video that blows up and get 10,000 views, but then you have another video and it gets like only 1,000 views, and you're like, oh my gosh, like, well, this one did better, but this one's more connective and this one's getting more comments. Well, you got to focus on that one, because views, like I said in my last sit down video, don't always equate to love, and they don't always equate to real true fans. And a lot of the times the content and the music and the songs that people connect with are the ones that are slept on, especially if you're looking at your favorite artists' albums and songs and their whole catalog. Sometimes it's not what's blowing up and making you viral, it's what's really deeply connecting with people, and that's what matters more. Use your insights to your advantage. Marketing isn't just about tricking people, it's about making it easier for the right people to care. Even if you're not viral, you can be undeniable if you're intentional. It doesn't matter if you just post a reel, or you post a TikTok, or you post a Triller, or a YouTube short. It doesn't matter what you do if you are not allowing people to figure out who you are and take yourself and take them on the journey with you throughout your content with the music, and nobody's gonna stay around for the long term. And that's why a lot of these underground artists right now, I'm not hating on a single one, but we are not getting a lot of longevity artists. You know, we're not getting a lot of artists who are going to be here for the long run. And that's really just because we're focused a lot on the music piece, and we're focused a lot on the virality piece. And if you want to make yourself have a lasting career, or if you want to even try to make it in this game, what I'm learning with time right now is that you need to try to connect more than you're trying to go viral. If this helps you think differently about your music career and your journey, please drop a like, please subscribe, because I have a lot more content like this. And every Thursday, other than this, I make rap opinion videos about things that are going on in rap. So if you're interested in that, please make sure to subscribe. If you want to follow me and follow any of my own music, you can follow me on Instagram, willarmani with 2 eyes. And drop a comment, let me know if you want me to talk about anything else. It's been your boy Will Armani. Please stay positive.